Y'all, Blue1 here, and we're gonna look at some Pokemon Showdown replays. Um, yeah, I thought it would be pretty nice to look at Pokemon Showdown replays because it's harder to get battle replays on console because you can't save them, and it's harder to commentate like over uh like an actual game that's going on like live than a replay because I already know what I did, so like yeah, I can explain stuff better. So the first opponent we have is Sugaroff, and he has Yveltal, Zacian, Zapdos, Lander, Espereon, Urshvu, and Dragapult. Now, what I really like doing with this team is leading off with the lead off that gives, like, that deals with the most leads on their team. So basically, I wanted to lead Lycanroc this game because it can U-turn versus anything it wants to, unless he has a Scarf Yveltal or a Scarf Zapdos or maybe like a Scarf Dragapult or Scarf Urshvu, you know. But you know, I thought it would be pretty nice. And I can possibly get a competitive boost off the Lander Asterion as well, and I can catch an Urshvu Dark Off Guard with Air Slash potentially. So he leads off with the Urshvu Water. Oh yeah, it's Urshvu Water, but we go for the Air Slash here because I can outspeed the Urshvu Water and knock it out. But he goes into the Yveltal and I actually get a critical hit on the Sucker Punch. And yeah, the Sucker Punch fails because I switched out. I didn't attack, so I switched out to my Rotom. It's a pretty safe pivot against most of those Pokemon. So yeah, that's why I wanted to bring these two specifically so I can pivot. Because yeah, I can. And the third one I bought was Lycanroc, by the way. I can pivot into this possibly, so I wanted to bring these three just because. But yeah, he turns out into the Zacian, and I just go for the Volt Switch because I thought he would switch out into the Urshvu, but I go back into the Articuno so I can just U-turn back into the Rotom. And he Behemoth Blades and then play Roughs. He does not have the coverage for Rotom, which is good for me. So, I can just knock it out with Overheat and Volt Switch. If he close combated me, I would have lived at that situation, and Overheat would have killed because he lowered his defenses, but I will take that too. I go into Rotom Heat to sacrifice it. At this point, I don't need it anymore against Yveltal and Urshvu Water. And I could actually just Dynamax my Articuno to clean up because, yeah, I mean, Urshvu and can just die to Airstream. Yveltal's low at 40%, and it's not going to be able to switch into Airstream. And yeah, Sucker Punch does not KO. That does a lot of damage because of Dark Aura and Stab and stuff, and he's Life Orb, but luckily it does not kill me, and we are able to get that win right there, so that's really good. Articuno, really, it's really rare that I get a cleanup or even a Dynamax with Articuno because it usually doesn't perform like that's such of a role, but it came through that game. Next opponent we have is Shumbo. He has Kyogre, Hatterene, Calyrex Shadow, Dragonite, Swampert, and Darmanitan Galar. So basically, I wasn't sure what his Hatterene does on this team because he doesn't really have anything that benefits off of Trick Room too much. But yeah, I need to be careful with the setup mons, Calyrex and Dragonite, because he has a young user Swampert. So yeah, you need to play around that. So I lead off with the Escavalier because it's a pretty nice mid-ground play against the Calyrex and the Swampert. Because I don't want Calyrex to lead off like for free, so I need to be able to have something that can withstand it. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and keep resuming. He just protects the scout what I want to do. I just go for the Mega Horn because I really want to 2 KO this thing potentially. And yeah, looks like it definitely 2 KO. He yawns me there, but it gets rocks up. But I'll take that trade because I can still deal with. I was confident I can still deal with these setup sweepers. As he goes for the Dragon Dance, I can switch into my Gastrodon, and this is really good even though he Dynamaxes because I have Clear Smog. I can get rid of its stat changes. Whoops. But yeah, I can get rid of the stat changes here. I get rid of +1 attack and +2 speed. Really good for me. And yeah, I'll take that trade because I also got rid of his multi-skill too. So that means that Lycanroc can 1v1 this because he'll be faster than me. So he'll attack me first and he shouldn't kill me. And then I'll get the max Rockfall on him. And this is really good because even though he's weakness policy, I got the timing where I won't hit him and he'll hit me with his weakness policy and boosted attack because then I would have died. But I get the timing right and the Sand Rush makes me outspeed his plus 1 Dragonite. And yeah. His last mod is Calyrex, and I do a lot of damage to the Calyrex with max Rockfall. And he's Life Orb, so this is really good. I can kill him with Life Orb Recoil. All I need to do is take a move from Calyrex with my Assault Vest Cavalier. And yeah, it was a pretty good game. It was a pretty close one. I wonder how much Astro Barrage probably wouldn't have killed me, but it probably would have, depending on like if he was modest or something. But he definitely, I don't think he was modest. People usually don't run modest, but he could be. And yeah, next battle we have is against Tetsu_Espereon. And yeah, he has Hippowdon, Zacian, Zapdos, Kyogre, Urshvu, and the bunny. Yeah, basically what I want to do. I actually played against him twice. This is the second time. The first time I led off my Bulu against his Hippowdon, and I got a Swords Dance off turn 1 as he yawned. And as you all know, I run Lumberry on Bulu, so that yawn doesn't matter. And yeah, I Horn Leeched him, one-shot his Hippowdon. So, but this time, since it was the second match against him, I wanted to mix it up and not lead Bulu and make it easy, because he could just lead off his Zacian and like counterplay my lead, and I'll be screwed pretty much with Behemoth Blade. So I wanted to lead off with something else. So this game I decided to lead off with Rotom Heat to potentially mess up the Zacian, but he goes into the Zapdos lead as he substitutes on my Volt Switch, because I can get a slow Volt Switch off on Zapdos and bring in my Lycanroc. Even if it Dynamaxes, I can take any hit and get a slow Volt Switch. That's what I really like about Rotom Heat against these teams. And yeah, he's 75%, 76% due to substitute, and I actually get the 4 hits of Rock Blast, which is pretty lucky on my part because I usually only get 2 hits for some reason. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he goes into the Kyogre and surfs, which, you know, doesn't work because I got Gastrodon. I really need to bring Gastrodon, obviously, and to deal with the Kyogre, and yeah, there you go. The really good thing about seeing teams with restricted legends is that it's kind of predictable what they're going to do, because there's a good chance that they'll bring both of their restricted legends. So as long as you bring stuff to deal with those, you should be fine. But it's definitely not guaranteed that they're going to do that, so you have to be careful. But last time he did bring Hippowdon, Zacian, and Urshvu Dark. And I did lose that first game because he basically, it was a last turn situation with my Lycanroc in the sand Dynamax against his Zacian. And his Zacian like 80% health, or 77% I think to be exact. And I was trying to go for that Sand Rush Max Quake to knock it out. And it had Quick Attack. I was at Focus Hash HP, which sucks. That really sucks. But I was able to get my revenge on him in this game, which is really good. And yeah, I have one more game, and it's kind of a bonus game for y'all, you know. So yeah, looking at this team, I definitely thought that Bulu was looking really good. Escavalier looks really good, and Gastrodon looks really good because Kyogre and Urshvu. Bulu can stall break Toxapex. I can like take hits from Urshvu, and I can deal with these two pretty well. And yeah, Escavalier did pretty good against these two. It does pretty. It can just do whatever it wants, kind of, except for I can predict this too, the Salazzle, if it wants to switch in. But he leads off with the Liepard, and yeah, once I saw that he led off with the Liepard, I was like, okay, he wants to set up for something. And I was thinking, what setup mons does he have on his team? He has Kyogre, and he has the main ones are Kyogre and Urshvu. Urshvu can bulk up, and Kyogre can Calm Mind. Yeah, so he fakes out first turn, that's fine, I guess. I take 12 and I get 6 back because of grassy terrain. But yeah, he yawns me there. So I go for the Sworn Stance because I was thinking he was just going to go for like a status move and Lumberry wouldn't care. And so yeah, I get 2 free turns right there because he spams yawn twice, thinking I would switch out. But this is actually so good for me because his Kyogre is slower than my Bulu, because I had a feeling it was gonna be a Calm Mind one, like a defensive one. So I got that play right, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, he Dynamaxes Urshvu and is not able to do anything because Urshvu Water can't really touch Bulu unless he has like Poison Jab or Iron Head, but that's pretty rare to have. They really need their stab moves and other coverage moves for other stuff. So yeah, Burley works really well in this meta because of that. And yeah, that was a really easy, just straight up sweep. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how easily that worked, because he had 2 like water types, and like, I resisted every single mon except for Kyogre Ice Beam, but that would have killed anyway. But actually crazy. So that's the last replay I have for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And yeah, I plan to do more of these in the future. The team will be linked in the description below. And yeah, hope you all enjoy your day. See you later.